Number 8 is really scary looking if you don't know about scientific notation. So students would need to know the rules of scientific notation to do this one. But it's not as scary as it would first appear if you know those rules. Scientists estimate that a stalactite on the roof of a cave will grow 3 times 10 to the negative 4 inches per year, which is the best estimate of the number of inches it will grow in 100 years. So you're taking the yearly growth, which is in scientific form, and you're multiplying that by 100, which is in standard form. And I would point that out that you have two different forms. And we can't really work with this. We have to have all scientific or all standard. Now, if you know the rules of exponents, I would convert everything to scientific, which is what they want us to do. So I would say that this is going to be 10 to the second power because you have two zeros. So it's a base 10 number, 10 to the second. 10 times 10 is 100. So now I have these both in scientific terms. And then I can apply my rules of exponents, where I'm going to pull that 3 out front, and then I'm left with 10 to the negative 4 times 10 to the positive 2. So I've just regrouped things, and then we would focus on this part. And I know that when I'm multiplying exponents, I keep the base and then add the exponents. So negative 4 plus positive 2. Negative 4 plus positive 2 is negative 2. So that's going to yield this number. And then don't forget about your leader out there, 3 times 10 to the negative 2. So I would go with B as my answer. Now the other option you have is to convert everything to standard and then use a calculator. So let me show you that route. It works just as well. You have the yearly growth in scientific form. So 3 times 10 to the negative 4. And you're multiplying that times 100, which is in standard notation. So let's put everything in standard. So this is going to be a 3 with 4 decimal places to the left because they're decimal places. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And the 3 is the 4th place. So you have 4 decimal places. I always put the leader, but that doesn't matter. And then you would say 3 10,000ths times 100. Now, I can't remember what that looks like on the calculator. The Casio is not my favorite calculator. So if you do 0.0003 times 100, you're going to get what I hoped it would give me is 0.03. It will put the leader 0, and that's confusing for some students. So what this would be, you have to turn it back into scientific form because your answers are scientific. So you have 3 times 10, always base 10. You have 2 decimal places, so that is a negative 2. So either way, you're going to get the same answer. It just depends on how comfortable your students are with that exponent rule there in yellow. If they don't know that, then you would have to go the second route, I would think. But if they know that exponent rule, when you're multiplying exponents, and I always taught these very thoroughly because of this. when you're multiplying exponents, let's not say it that way. Say when you're multiplying, you will add your exponents. And so that's what I'm doing there. A negative 4 added to a positive 2 is negative 2. And that's going to be that answer right there. I said this one is not as complicated as it looks, but it really is. You have to have some good knowledge of those rules of exponents or of standard and scientific.